Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. My name's Joel, and this is A Stable Life. I hope you all had an absolutely beautiful day. On our drive over to the stable this morning, we realized that it poured last night. Like, absolutely poured. More than I expected, I should say. And taking a look at our driveway, yeah, it looks like it poured. Oh my word, Gavin. I'm looking at our rain gauge. Holy moly. You see how full this thing is? 3.5 inches of rain. Dang. You see that, guys? 3.5 inches of rain in one rainfall. Wow. Okay. Well, everything we were planning on doing today just got changed around, that's for sure, because we're gonna have to do a lot of maintenance on the horses and on the property. 3.5 inches of rain. That is crazy. Gavin's getting started putting hay in for all the horses. We're gonna get started measuring out, and then we got a lot of things we need to repair. You guys know we've been working very hard on making sure the horses don't have scratches and rain rot, and for the horses that do, we're working on trying to make sure that that doesn't get any worse. 3.5 inches of rain definitely isn't helping us. So we're gonna have to keep a close eye on those horses for today and make sure we do a lot of preventative maintenance. We can't have all that hard work we've been doing go to waste. While I was working on measuring out, Gavin took care of the hay, and then together we worked on getting the manure out into the aisleways. So now that that's taken care of, we're good to start turning in the horses, which of course means starting things off with feeding the donkeys. We're working on it, William. We're working on it. Hey, Buster. Come on, come on. I would love to hear a bray this morning. Hey, Buster. Hey, Rocky. Look how cute they are. Oh, my word. Absolutely adorable. Yeah, hey, boys. Hey, boys. There you go, gentlemen. Eat up, good. Gavin sprayed them yesterday, and according to Gavin, Rocky was an absolute gem. I don't know, he still remembers me picking him up and putting him on the horse trailer when we first got him. I think that's what it is. There's moments where I have hope, and I won't lose hope. I think one day, me and Rocky, we're gonna be good friends. You guys just wait and see, it's gonna happen. Woo! Man, things are muggy and wet today, but it definitely has a level of beauty to it, does it not? All right, Gavin, here comes the buckets. See if we could go 4 for 4.
That's my favorite order from Wendy's.
Perfect. It is a good order. Oh my goodness. Wow, we had some water flowing. So much work. Well, let's get these boys in. 3.5 inches of rain. Let's see how they look. Roni is dry as a bone. Looking good. His legs look good too. William, no limp. Looking good, dry. Rebel looks like he was in the mud. George, dry. Jack looks like he was a little in the water. We'll check his rump, make sure he's got no rain rot developing. Hey, Champ, good to see you. He looks like he got a little wet as well, and Champ has that fair skin, so we'll have to really check on that. All the horses are in, though, and that's what we love to see. Come on, Scoots. Yeah, come on, puppy. All right, things are flowing pretty easy and good. Let's keep up the momentum. Hey, Suede. Which one are you, Poncho or Sriracha? Let's see here. Poncho. See, if I said I was gonna guess Poncho, you're not gonna believe me now, but I thought it. I did. Yeah, he's Suede. Hey, Suede. Good morning. Good morning, Duke. Morning, Fire. Let's see here. How's that leg? Oh, looking good. I see a scab developing, and he's not limping. That's what we like to see. Hey, Poncho. Hey, Danny. Obi, Skywalker, Declan. We're working really hard on trying to get weight on Declan. He's looking a little bit better, but not as good as we want to get him. Poe looks great. You know, look how good Poe's looking, and look how clean his legs are. Beautiful. Same with Sriracha. Very nice, very nice. He got a little wet, not too bad though. Archer, yeah, looks good, looks good. And then we got the big horses coming in. Starting things off with, looks like Weather. Hey, Weather, marching right on up. Hey, Gavin. And then we got Samson and Tucker. Look at those two. Wow. Just beautifuls. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous horses. Yeah. It's gonna be fun getting some mud shield powder on their butts, huh? The stream down there is absolutely flooded. Oh my goodness. I wonder how high the creeks are. We should probably go and take a look at that too. We'll see how much we can fit in today. The theme for today is definitely gonna be clean up after the rain. Come on, Argento. Now today's a little different. Normally you guys are used to me going and getting hay and Gavin taking care of Manure, but we are working on getting Gavin trained for driving the tractor, for taking hay out, and then we'll work our way up to other things. We're leaving the chopper on the back so he's got ballast, so he doesn't need to worry at all about a round bale that's maybe just a little too heavy for the front end of the tractor. Which with this tractor, I really don't have any issues. We're just doing that out of an abundance of caution. So he's gonna go and get 2 round bales? Potentially, I mean, I haven't gotten a chance to see what the big field looks like, so he'll have to take a look down there and see how things look, and then go accordingly. But I have seen the middle field, and they do need a round bale, so we know we're getting at least 1. Let's make sure he's got the knife. He does. All right, he's set to go. Forward, slowly let off the clutch, very slowly. You'll feel it start to grab. There you go, nice. Hey. Go ahead and push the clutch in, upshift to 4 and let her go. He's getting it figured out. He's never driven anything with a clutch before, so this is a first for him. But he's getting it down. All right, now I need to go get started on Manure. This is a little foregleam of some fun stuff that's coming up, but for now, we have some quickcrete that's in this wagon. We parked it in here so it'd be out of the weather, and I'm glad we did with all that rain we got, my goodness. So I'm gonna park this wagon, and we're gonna use the Manure wagon in the left run for Manure today. So I think I'll put this wagon over here for now. That way, if it does rain, the quickcrete doesn't get rained on. And I'm going to need a cinder block or something to hold that up because that's pretty heavy. All right, let's get this handled. Okay, this wagon's full. We'll take this one down and dump it, and then we'll hook up to the bigger one for the rest of it. Well, let's add some more manure to the pile. Yeah, if you guys hear what I hear a tractor coming up the hill. Oh, that's nice. Looks really nice. The bale looks good. The tractor looks great. The driver, amazing. Rotary chopper, getting the job done. That's what we're talking about. Wow. Look, I spotted a wild Daniel. Not gonna lie, guys, this is pretty sweet. Buster, in or out. There we go. That's better. Oh, hi, Buster. Okay, so we have the donkey stall cleaned up, but it looks like they're peeing quite a lot in here. So I'm gonna get some bedding to soak up all the urine and then clean that out. And I'm gonna leave the door closed so they can't come in here and wreck that. And then once that's cleaned up, then we'll open this back up for them to come back in here. But for now, we're good for this. We're gonna move on to the rest of the manure in the barn. Well, those donkeys are pretty good at filling up a wagon. We could fit, looks like one muck bucket on there, and then we're full. For all of our new viewers, the way we handle manure at times can look a little confusing, but it's actually a system that's been tried and true and works really good for our stable. In each stall is a muck bucket, and when the horse goes in the stall, the manure is cleaned every single day and put in the muck bucket. And then every single week we come through and we'll take the muck bucket that's full and put it out in the aisleway. The reason why we do that is because the pastures are opened when the horses are inside. So we could come through and just grab the muck bucket and dump it in, but all the gates are closed because all the horses are out. Before we let all the horses in, all it is a matter of grabbing the muck bucket and putting it in the aisleway. Then when the horses come in, we close the stall door. We're able to come through with a wagon, pick up the muck bucket, dump it in the wagon, and continue forward. Having them all out here already makes things go a lot smoother. And as for why we don't go through every single day with the wagon and just take the manure out with it, there's usually never really a lot. Usually there's only like 4 or 5 droppings from the horses per feeding. So usually we have about half to 3/4 of a muck bucket by manure day. So it never really equates to so much that we need to come through. But if there is a lot, then we will take the wagon through and clean the whole barn out just to make sure everything is looking good in our stable. So that's why we do what we do. Okay guys, now that manure is all taken care of and hay is all taken care of, we're moving things on over to daily care, which is all the usual stuff that you would expect. They're calling for rain for this afternoon. It's supposed to be after afternoon feeding, so we should be good for fly masks for today. But we are going to be treating all the horses with some mud shield powder just to make sure that they aren't going to be developing any rain rot on their backs. So any of the horses that have a wet rump, we're going to go ahead and put some mud shield powder on and rub it in. Not to mention all of the usual stuff that we're doing for the horses. A good candidate for this would be Sriracha. So Sriracha is going to be getting mud shield powder because taking a look at his rump, I can tell he was out and in the rain last night. We're just going to put that on his butt. And we're going to rub it in. This will do wonders at keeping the horses from developing any rain rot on their backs. And now that that's in, we're going to go ahead and take care of his daily needs, which is going to be, of course, the fly spray, fly mask, and sunscreen. Okay. Easy does it, buddy. So taking a look around, it appears that Sriracha lost his fly mask. So we're just going to be doing fly spray and keep our eyes peeled when we're out in the pastures if we find a fly mask. And then of course the last thing that we're going to do is feel his legs. Feel for any scabbing, marks, abrasions, bruises. Hey, buddy. Okay. All right. We'll leave Sriracha to licking his salt lick. He is good to go. I'm gonna rinse and repeat that with the other horses. We're gonna fast forward things on over to the horses that have scratches and show you guys how things are looking. Upon looking at things, we've realized that there's a lot more rain damage than just at the stable. There's some crazy stuff going on all over our area. So Gavin's gonna take you guys and give you a pretty much of a tour of the farm property and going back to see just how much water we got.
So something happened. Thankfully, I got it fixed now, so I don't feel too bad talking about it. I was on my way driving back. You know, we drive through here. It looks like a normal puddle. It was like 2-3 feet deep. Half the quad kind of went in. My pant leg got wet. There's water in my boot, and the quad stalled out. Checked it out, and it just needed to dry off. It needed a little bit, and it was okay. It's okay now. It'd be hilarious if this didn't start. There we go. It's perfect. Just don't tell Joel, please.
Whew. Had some close calls there, Gavin, huh?
How did you know?
Well, let's just say when you come back, I look over the footage you got.
Oh.
Don't worry though, he didn't get stuck, and that's what's important. Next up, we're gonna be working on some lunch, and we're pretty late, so we'll see what we got. Hey, Scoots.
It's not possible.
Hey, girls.
Hello.
What's for lunch today?
It was sandwiches.
Sandwiches, you called it, Gavin. And it also looks like there's some macaroni salad, which is pretty good. Some of you guys like seeing lunch more than others, so it's not in every video, but this gives you an idea. Okay, guys, so let's get working on cleaning up and fixing some of this rain damage. Starting with right here, I've got a bunch of dirt right down there that I need to get, and I need to dump a bunch of new fresh dirt on top of this. You guys have seen me fix this hill a lot, and really the best way for me to fix this would be for me to grade it with a swale, grade it to that side so the water runs that way. Both things are really great ideas, and I would love to do them. I'm not doing them currently though, just because I don't really have the equipment to do it. I do plan on getting a grading blade and a box blade in the future. So for now, I'm just gonna continue to use the tractor bucket, reattach the soil here so it's a nice good walking surface. I also need to fix the riding arena. The riding arena got hit pretty hard, so I need to kind of freshen that up and get that fixed and running good again. And then we need to fix the lower arena because that got hit bad too. So that's what we're working on. So let's get the tractor and let's get started working on getting those things fixed. Okay, so we got this all cleaned up. I think this looks so much better than it did before. Dug up a lot of the dirt down there and moved it up here. Pack it down with the bucket. Gavin's hard at work weed eating around the stable. Okay, now on to the next thing that we need to get repaired, this riding arena. So now that's good, and now the driveway is good. Now let's go ahead and work on the lower riding arena. Also, look how good Gavin's doing on weed eating. So the lower arena has always kind of been an area where we needed to improve the footing. This really has been a problem, and it's a problem that I've decided I'm going to deal with today. The problem basically stems from the fact that if you look way up there, you have the shop. That's the Veggie Boys shop. And that roof water dumps down onto the horse stable. And if you look up that way, that is the cow barn. That's the Veggie Boys cow barn. And a lot of the rainwater from that runs all down till it hits the horse stable. That's a lot of rainwater that's over top of our roof. Except this pipe has recently been unearthed, and this is a remnants of the old cow barn that used to be up top. Where the parking lot is for the horse stable, that used to be a dairy barn. And this is an old drainage pipe that is no longer used at all, but was left in the ground during reconstruction. I didn't even know this thing existed until it showed itself here. Now, an easy way to fix this situation would be gutters. You can run gutters all along right here, big ones, that would be able to take the volume of water, and then you can control the flow of water going down. And that would be amazing if we didn't also have to deal with snow. There's been years where we get so much snow that we actually have to broom the snow off of the roofs because it's too much weight for the stable, which is why there's no snow stoppers up there, because that would be what you would do, is you'd put snow stoppers everywhere so the snow didn't slide into the gutters, breaking the gutters off of the roof. But we need to be able to have the snow come off freely so that way the weight gets off the roof. The best way for us to fix this situation is to manage the way the water hits the ground and where it goes after it hits the ground. So let's change this ring over and let's see how good we can get things to look. So I don't plan on digging up the entire pipe, and the only reason this pipe showed itself is just because it's in a riding arena where there's horses trampling down the ground. Not to mention it was right in the path of water erosion. Well guys, I think this arena looks so much better than it did, especially over here. We actually got the ring back, we've got an area for the water to flow through. And of course this is gonna settle, I'm probably gonna need to put more soil here. Now the water's running where I want it to go and not where I don't want it to go. And it looks like the horses are ready for feeding too. I'll give you guys a quick look at how things are. Driveway's fixed, arena's fixed. Gavin got all the weed eating taken care of. Look how good everything looks. Good, good, good. That's what we like to see. And the arena looks great. Oh man, awesome. Definitely looked pretty crazy when we showed up here this morning with all that rain damage that we got. Everything's back on track. Now I can feed horses knowing that the stable looks good outside. Well guys, it has really been a huge day. Crazy with the amount of rainfall that we had. Thanks to Gavin for taking us back into the woods and showing us how things are looking all around. The property here is looking really nice. I think the stable's in good condition for moving forward, and we're expecting more rain tonight as well. So we'll have to make sure we're continuing to do everything that we did today tomorrow with the horses to make sure that they don't start developing rain rot and scratches all over their backs and legs. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't,
Be sure to like and subscribe.
and as always, we'll see you in the next one.